"Don't go near that barn, son. It's not just wood and nails, it's memories sealed shut." That's what the old man said every time someone asked why it was always locked. But no one knew that what was inside would one day bring helicopters from the sky and leave the entire town in tears. Hey everyone, welcome to Legacy Tales, where every silent act hides a story waiting to shake the world. What came out of that old barn will leave you speechless. Everyone in the small town of Millridge had seen that barn. It stood on the edge of old Mr. Hale's property, tall, crooked, and always locked with thick iron chains. Kids made up stories about it. Some said it held gold, others whispered about war secrets. But no one dared go near. Not after Mr. Hale shouted at a group of teenagers one summer and said, "You don't touch history you haven't earned." Mr. Hale lived alone, no wife, no kids, just his cane, his rocking chair, and that barn. He rarely spoke, except at the grocery store, and even then, only if you asked first. People noticed strange things over the years. The barn was repainted every Independence Day. Fresh flowers were sometimes placed on the steps. And sometimes, very late at night, you'd see a single candle glowing inside. But nobody asked, nobody dared. Until one quiet morning, the silence of Millridge was broken by the thunder of Chinook helicopters. 4 of them. Massive, echoing through the sky like a storm. They circled once, twice, then slowly descended onto Mr. Hale's land. The whole town rushed out, phones in hands, eyes wide. Even the mayor came running in pajamas. The moment the dust cleared, a man stepped out, young, decorated, and serious. Behind him, soldiers followed, all in perfect formation. They walked straight to the barn. Mr. Hale was already standing there, no cane this time, just holding a single rusted key. He didn't say a word. He simply unlocked the chains and opened the doors. What was inside made grown men cover their mouths. Not weapons, not money, but rows and rows of carefully preserved letters, photos, uniforms, medals, journals, and boots from soldiers spanning generations. It was a personal archive, a living museum. Every item tagged, labeled, and stored with military precision. And all of it was built by Mr. Hale, alone, over 47 years. The young officer saluted. "Sir, by order of the National Defense Council, we are here to honor your life's work. This is not just a barn, it's a vault of honor, and today the nation recognizes it." The officer's voice echoed across the field as silence fell over the crowd. "Mr. Hale, you've kept the memories of the forgotten alive. Today we make sure they're remembered forever." Tears welled in Mr. Hale's eyes, but he stood tall. The soldiers entered the barn with care, saluting the rows of history inside as if each artifact had a heartbeat. Every uniform was from someone Mr. Hale once knew. Every photo had a story. Every letter, a goodbye. "Why didn't he ever tell us?" someone from the crowd whispered. The mayor stepped closer. "Because real heroes don't need to be seen. They just remember those who were." The officer turned to the town. "This barn isn't just a collection. It's a national treasure. From today, this land will be home to the first mobile veterans archive. His work will travel the country, reminding people of the ones who gave everything." Just then, another helicopter landed. A woman in a sharp suit stepped out. She introduced herself as a federal historian. "Mr. Hale," she said gently, "your dedication has rewritten how we remember our soldiers. You are no longer just a man in a small town. You are now the face of our forgotten heroes." And with that, she handed him something wrapped in velvet. Mr. Hale opened it slowly. Inside was a Presidential Medal of Honor for Civilian Service, one of the highest awards given outside of combat. The crowd burst into applause. People who had ignored him for years now stood with tears on their faces. Children who once feared his voice now saluted him, and reporters from across the country began rolling live. But Mr. Hale didn't care for the attention. He looked at the medal, then at the barn, and said softly, "This isn't mine. It belongs to every man I lost, every voice I kept alive. I was just the keeper of their silence." That night, as the Chinooks lifted into the air and the barn doors stood wide open for all to see, something had changed in Millridge. No longer just a sleepy town. It had become a monument of memory. And Mr. Hale? He simply sat back in his rocking chair, whispered a name from long ago, and smiled. Now tell us in the comments, which part of Mr. Hale's story touched you the most? And which country are you watching from? If this story moved you, please like, share, and follow Legacy Tales for more powerful moments that prove even the quietest people can carry the loudest history.